Take a quick look around you, your phone case, your pen, maybe even the chair you're sitting on. Chances are they're made of plastic. But here's the problem. We produce over 400 million tons of plastic every year, and a huge part of it ends up polluting our oceans, landfills, and even inside our bodies as microplastics. So the big question is, what can we actually do about it? That's where plastic recycling comes in. At its core, plastic recycling is about taking waste plastic like bottles, bags, packaging, and giving it a second life instead of letting it pile up in nature. Scientifically, plastics are polymers, long chains of repeating molecules. When we recycle them, we're basically trying to break down, reshape, or reprocess those chains into something useful again. But here's the catch, not all plastics are the same. For example, polyethylene terephthalate, abbreviated as PET, the plastic used in most water bottles, is relatively easy to recycle. Mixed plastics like multi-layer packaging or thin films are much harder. They often end up in landfills or are burned for energy. That's why recycling isn't as simple as tossing everything into the blue bin. Think of it like cooking. If you have clean, fresh ingredients, say tomatoes and onions, you can make a delicious dish. But if you've got a messy mix of leftovers all mashed together, it's a lot harder to create something edible. Recycling works the same way. The cleaner and more uniform the plastic waste, the easier it is to turn it back into something new. For example, polyethylene terephthalate bottles can be shredded into flakes, melted, and reformed into new bottles, or even spun into fibers for clothing. On the other hand, things like plastic bags often get downcycled, turned into lower quality products like park benches or decking materials instead of back into new bags. So why do we do that? First, recycling reduces the demand for new plastic, which is made from oil and gas. That means less fossil fuel extraction, fewer greenhouse gas emissions, and less pollution. Second, it keeps plastic out of landfills and, crucially, out of oceans where it harms marine life. And third, it pushes innovation. Today, scientists and engineers are developing advanced recycling methods like chemical recycling that can actually break plastics back down to their molecular building blocks, almost like hitting the reset button. Therefore, plastic recycling isn't a perfect solution, but it's a vital step. Think of it as part of a bigger toolbox alongside reducing, reusing, and designing smarter materials. Every time we recycle properly, we're not just managing waste, we're buying time for innovation and helping move toward a cleaner, more sustainable world. So next time you finish a water bottle, remember, it's not just trash. It could be the start of something new.